Welcome back to Turbo Bob's Bicycle Blog. This is the video series, and I'm Turbo. Today we're going to have a look at this Schwinn Continental. This is a 1960 model. This is actually Schwinn's very first 10-speed. Even though they had made some Continentals before, this is the first 10-speed. Now they were busy trying to, get in on the European market and capture some nice road bikes. And so this one's a little different from what they put out in later years. It's much lighter, and it actually has a lot of European pieces on it. What makes this bike so special is the fact that it's got a really interesting shifting on the front chainring. Instead of using a standard derailleur and cable setup, they used, I call it a seesaw lever. Some people might call it suicide shifting. So let's get a closer look at that. Now, when I got this bike, it was in pretty good shape, but I did have to go through and really give it a good revamp. So here is a look at our suicide shifting, and if you notice, this chain ring only has a 3-tooth difference between the big and the little chain ring. Not that much, but enough when you're riding it, it feels pretty good. As you can see, I polished it up pretty good. Some other nice features on this bike that some people really like is the markings on the decals. It's got a little knight in shining armor and some other pieces. Now I have gone through and cleaned it up and re-lubed it. It had a lot of caked grease in the bearings and really needed some shining up. It came out pretty nice. Now I did do an article on revamping the braking system, so you might want to have a look at that and understand a little bit more about these single pull, or some people call them side pull brakes. This bike rides really nice, although it does have some concessions that you give up as opposed to modern bikes. A little heavier, and the shifting's not as convenient. I got this great vintage bag hooked to the Brooks saddle. It came with a Brooks saddle. It was really a nice bonus there. And even though I really had my doubts, I decided to go ahead and put a computer on there. I really like the clock function. Now originally it did come with a blue handlebar wrap, but the black wrap really seemed to work out good. It's got tubular forks, and with this really nice chrome down at the bottom, and some other pieces on there that add up to make for a nice bike. Well, I've really been enjoying this bike. It takes me back to my pre-teenager days. I used to buy and sell a lot of bikes. A lot of these that I bought and sold were 8 speeds. This particular one has 10. Like I say, it's Schwinn's very first 10-speed. It doesn't have the original derailleur. I didn't get that, but it's got a nice little vintage Sun Tour unit that works really well, that does the job. Now, I've done some articles on this bike and what I did to get it back in shape, but I haven't done the final article yet on riding it and how it came together. So got this little video blippet to kind of give you a little look at it. And when I do get a chance to get it out on the velodrome and make some test laps, I'll post some photos and do a full article on the restoration. Alright, well, thanks a lot. Go over to the blog, have a look at the articles, and you'll see some on this. A lot of them on e-bikes, other vintage bike stuff. Alright, thanks so much. Bye.